I don't know. Everything is a little confusing right now. They're like, I'm pretty sure, I just don't know. Like some chai tea tastes like Christmas. Um, I don't know. You guys are asking me questions that I don't know the answer to. I really don't know the answer to. I just know that like people have gotten like so crazy and so mean and like who tells like a grown woman she can't look cute for Thanksgiving and like literally like we can hear your thoughts and like thinks that like that's somehow a good thing. Like, oh, I'm folding the people who are actually saying that or whatever because like that's what they're saying right now that like oh, well, is he pushing his energy into himself so that like he can protect himself? And like that just seems so like ass backwards. Like I don't see how that's like helpful to like clear it out. Um, Alyssa, you might get down there and start biting your tongue. I mean, it's never happened before, but there's always a first for everything, right? Usually I'm like, okay, see, you're an asshole. Fresh looks like the prettiest princess on his little pink bed with his pillows and his blankies. He's got pillows and blankies on his little pink bed, and he just looks like he's the littlest prince, the sweetest, happiest little prince ever. I'm debating whether to show you or not. He looks so cute. Isn't he so cute? Anyway, are we leading ourselves to the apocalypse, guys? Like, are we serious right now? I mean, is there really any bad guys when every bad guy's name is Alyssa? Like, what exactly are you protecting me from? Like, I'm not sure. Like, I don't know. I don't think it's that confusing. I think you guys love to confuse yourselves for some reason. They did say they were like, oh, Alyssa oversimplifies it. She's like always oversimplifies it. I was starting to hear like conversations about myself. Instead of you guys always hearing my voice and like you guys hear me laughing at you all the time, like over the screen and whatever, I started hearing like your responses to me, not just like feeling them, but like I started like hearing like, oh, Alyssa oversimplifies things. Like I started hearing like conversations about me and like you guys laughing over the screen at me and stuff like that. I basically saw like heard like reverse codes coming through. So there's like all of these like codes coming online that you guys just keep ignoring and you're just like, no, Alyssa, like no, you can't have Colin, Alyssa. Like, no, you can't have the world back. Like, no, Alyssa. Like, I don't think, like, um, I think like what we're seeing is like really diabolical, and it's just like hard to admit that like people actually do those types of things. Like, it's crazy. Um, I took like a long nap this afternoon. I tried to meditate. I did see a few things and I remembered a few things, but like it was so hard to remember. Like I was really trying hard. Like when I was in Kenosha, it was so easy for me to remember everything like that went on when I was astral projecting and stuff and meditating. And now I like literally cannot remember anything. And I don't know if it's just because like, and then like my husband has to like tell me what happened and stuff or whatever. Like, obviously we're dropping to level 1 and it's like revolting stuff, but I'm not seeing any of it, and it's really pissing me off that I'm not even seeing like flashes of it or whatever, and I have to rely on like what people say. Like of course I believe them because they're all like sort of colluding to the same thing, and we're obviously falling to that level. Like that's very clear and obvious that we are falling to a very um certain level called Last of Us, and that would mean like the apocalypse and stuff like that. And people probably aren't nice if we're leading ourselves to the apocalypse. Like, I'm sort of in my like warm cocoon a little bit. And I'm like, which cocoon am I building this time? Like, so exciting. Like, am I building like a happy little house? Like, which happy little house am I building this time? I'm so excited about it. Um, my mom says a lot. Maybe she should stop saying so much. Sorry. I just don't really care. Um, yeah. I guess that there was headphones with my Pluto garb, and I did see that. Okay. That was a scene that I saw during meditation, that it's like a Plutonian jump room, and I guess it's like a private jet, which I guess like is part of the reason why you guys probably hate us and probably hate rich people and probably hate private jets. I mean, I was an environmentalist for a very long time, just like Leo. But, then I realized I was being lied to and like all this crap and whatever. Anyway, um, what I saw in my meditation was that, like, when I get Colin back as my husband, we get into our Plutonian outfits. It's our Plutonian, we call it I call it my Plutonian alien outfit, okay? My little, like this, but not lilac. I wear beige and I think he wears black. And I have headphones and probably beige headphones. And I don't know why I'm wearing beige, but there must be a reason. Oh, I think it's to signify that I am naked, even though I have clothes on. And he's in black, probably because he's the void. And so we go on like a private jet. And because I don't know if you ever like meditated or like fell asleep on like a flight, and like your dreams are like insane, like they're so good and they're so clear because it's like you're at higher altitude and you're literally closer to the heavens, and so you're less dense, so like you're closer to 5D. That's why like the Tower of Babel, they tried to build the Tower of Babel or whatever, because like literally you can like reach the higher dimensions. If we could build an elevator into space, if we could build the Charlie in the Glass elevator into space, you could reach the higher dimensions. Also, it escalated from the space station to the Pleiades. I guess it escalated from the space station to Antarctica. Antarctica is where the gates are. And from Antarctica, we went to the Pleiades. And that's where I married Colin. They keep saying I married Colin on the Pleiades, so I must have. I just don't have that memory yet. I think I remember marrying him in Antarctica, but they said the Pleiades, so it was probably like two ceremonies. I just haven't gotten there yet, or I haven't gotten that memory yet. Um, but yeah, it's like I should have gotten Hayden by now, and I should have like been able to keep my apartment in LA and all that stuff. I should have been able to move into my husband's house in Altadena, and we should have been able to get the Malibu mansion before it burnt down. Like all the things, and we didn't. And So because of that, it escalated from the space station where Hayden and I are from and where we live to Antarctica. That's the capital of the world, and it's where Grandmom Reptilian is based. That would be Grandmom Janello on our. That would be Grandmom Janello on our. In my family, Peggy Carter, I guess, is the Pleiadian side. So that's Grandmom's base. That's where Grandmom lives. That's where I want to live. I like Antarctica the best. Have I said that before? I just like dream about it. I'm like, oh God, I love Antarctica, and that's where like the gates open or whatever. That's where my grandmom lives, and I love my grandmom the best. And that's where you go up, and we can go up to the Pleiades, and I guess that's where I got married to Colin. You guys want to call him Hayden again because you're just like, I am not going to individuate. I don't care what you say, Alyssa. I'm not going to individuate. Okay, we got it. Okay, your name's Alyssa forever. Like, we got it. Like, you're totally dead because you know your real name's Alyssa, but like, you're not going to individuate. Like, you're gonna be like, no, she just married Hayden again. It wasn't Cullen. Mm. I'm not afraid to individuate. I'm not afraid. No, I'm not afraid of my own name. Mm-mm. I'm not afraid of what I'll see. No, I'm not. Totally not. Mm-mm. No, 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 no. Colin and Hayden are the same person. We're completely the same. Okay. You just like to like this because like you realized like, oh my god, if I call her a slut for having multiple husbands, like it's a reflection. It reflects on my life. Like that's so weird. You know what I mean? Like, oh, it's weird. Um, yeah, because like you're reflecting off of some gold that's in like a little scientific tube. It's like the only thing, and you're just like me, 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 me. Anyway, because you were like, oh, Chris and like Hayden, they're like totally separate, and now you're like, oh no, no, she just married Hayden again. It's just Hayden. Haha, I was just joking. She's not a slut. She's not a slut. It's just Hayden. Things are getting really bad, and I don't know how to tell her. It's just Hayden. Like, yeah, I'm aware. But anyway, it's like how stupid are you? Let's call it the queen a slut. Let's call the queen a slut on her first day on the job. That'll go really well for us, I think. I think that's like a really good like plan. What do you guys think? Um yeah, I don't know. Let's just like bully the queen on her first day. Like I think that's like a good plan. Like there they go, like being like, let's side with the bully. Um I think we should probably leave Alyssa alone. As like a new plan. Kathy Bates, y'all. Kathy motherfucking Bates. Okay. Did you guys ever watch Apocalypse? Did you guys ever watch Apocalypse Now by Oliver Stone? I love it because like True Romance like has like a Apocalypse Now sort of like spin-off take to it, and it's like directors like sitting around like watching like Apocalypse Now like and they're like doing drugs, like with like this war scene in the background, like, and I was totally like, that's Apocalypse Now. I don't know. You guys probably don't know what I'm talking about. You're like, what is she talking about? Anyway, I feel a little bit warm and cozy. You guys like really need to stop because like we're like literally heading for the apocalypse. And I think we've done this before. And it's like you guys get like stuck like deer in headlights and you're like, no, I think it's totally fine. I think it's totally legal. It's like totally fine. That just made my ears start ringing like crazy. And we're just like, what are you talking about? Like literally, what are you talking about that like that's okay? Because we're like, how did you end up as a robot? Like literally, like how did you end up as a robot? Like tell us the story. We're like, oh my God, you need to stop. Like you need to stop. Like okay, like we totally get how you ended up as a robot because like every day we're like, you need to stop. Like you literally need to stop. And you're just like la 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 la. Oh, go back to the Plutonian jump room. Sorry, I'm just like all over the place. Yeah, so anyway, we wear like sweats or whatever. I just saw me and Colin go up on the private jet together. It's just two of us, okay? That's what I saw. I don't like you guys were like, is there any other people like going up with you guys? Like, maybe not. Maybe just me and Colin. Like, just shut up. You know what I mean? The only thing coming out of your mouth should be Alyssa should have Colin back. And like, I trust my God. Like, it's crazy. I don't want you to fly. Like, who the fuck gives a shit about a ride in a private jet when you could actually be flying right now? Like, how many times have I said that? Yeah, you guys are gonna get me upset because like you care about like a ride in a private jet, but like you don't care about like actually being able to fly. Like you don't care about actually being Homelander. Like you care about a ride in a private jet because I'm actually married to Colin Farrell. Like, like just anyway. So anyway, I'm wearing a beige jumpsuit. He's wearing a black jumpsuit, and I guess we both have headphones on, or I do. I don't know if he does or not, but and then probably because I like music and stuff. I don't know. Anyway, I see us on like a private jet because like it's like higher in density and it's like a Plutonian jump room. And so we go up in the private jet and like basically we meditate. Okay, like and I have like a nude colored jumpsuit on to represent that like I'm nude, but I'm totally not nude. And I think like we do like our it's like a jump room. So like we, space jump or whatever from there, from that altitude. Um, yeah, but that's what I saw what Colin and I do. You know, Colin and I do when we get together and I get my Plutonian jumpsuit, I guess. I don't know. So I saw that in meditation and then I saw Tom, like I saw myself. I keep seeing Tom like trying to like hold me, Tom Hardy, and then Kuba's tiger higher self, he keeps like jumping and like he did the same thing last year. He like jumps on him and like attacks him. He did the same exact thing last year and like won't let Tom hold me. And he's like, "You're still married, bro." And we're like, "Kuba, like why does that matter that Tom's married? Like I think we like his wife. We don't They don't need to like get a divorce if we like her. Like why we're not humans, we don't it's not like that. Anyway, I don't you know what I mean? Like why? Do we not like her? Like why is he doing that? Anyway, so that happened in meditation as well. And then we were like, I hate aging. And it was Tom and I saying that together, that we hate aging, like we literally hate aging, and how like humans are causing us to age because number one, they're not respecting aliens. Number two, like humans are like so freaking jealous of how beautiful Palladians are. And like when you meet a Palladian alien, you know kind of automatically because they're so beautiful and they're like so captivating and they're like so cool, and you're like become like completely obsessed with them right away. And I think that they just like can't deal with it. And like there's some people who are like, we don't care what he looks like just as long as it's a valuable relationship and as long as he brings, meat and potatoes to the table, that's all we care about. Every marriage is really like a business plan. It's not about true love. You're not going to marry for true love. You're going to marry because it's a good business plan so you can buy the Hermes pillows, right? That's a good alien. And that's why they don't respect like our free will on our own planet, that we enjoy de-aging naturally and we enjoy being organic. And they're like, well, we enjoy being like completely materialistic, and like they just like don't. It's always because like the Pleiadians are like gorgeous. I'm a Pleiadian. And the Pleiadians are just like gorgeous people. And they're just like, they just get like so jealous of it. They get, and I already said like jealousy and anger cannot rule this planet because it's just like really not going well for us at all. And saying things like that is going to make it 10 times worse. Yes, it is. It's going to make it 10 times worse. Like, because they're just like, it's not about looks. It's not about looks. It's not about looks. And it's like, it's not about looks, but like, you should also let us be beautiful, be our like natural selves, be our natural Palladian alien selves on the planet, basically, because the energy is going to fight back, and that is our will. And you did hear me and Tom say that today about how it's like really pissing us off that like we're aging. Like, have you seen Tom Hardy when he's young? He's like the most beautiful freaking um, supermodel. He looks like the most beautiful supermodel ever. Look at how fucking gorgeous he is. Like I can just hear you guys be like, "Oh my God, he's just like he's like almost too beautiful for this planet." And it's like you got to stop saying shit like that because we hear you and the energy is going to fight back. Okay, we totally hear you and the energy is totally going to fight back. Like the, your will is not as powerful as God's will. And you guys are just like that's literally what you say. You're like, oh my God, he's just like, she's just like too beautiful for this planet. He's just like too beautiful for this planet. And it's like, did you not hear us? We hate aging. We do not like aging. So and that's my will, and that means that the energy is going to fight back, and it hears you when you say things that go against my will. Like, oh my God, he's just like almost too beautiful. Like, why don't you get a life? If you're like racist against beauty, why don't you try to get a life? You're like fucking racist against beauty. You're racist. Okay? You're a bigot against beauty. Okay? Um no, I don't think that I just don't think that that's what it is. It's just that like it's just literally like my opinion. Like I feel like he's just like really like beautiful and like just too beautiful for this planet. You know what I mean? Like most people don't look like him, and that's why he's not from this planet. He's a Palladian, and he is gorgeous because he's a Palladian. He's an alien, and you don't respect aliens on Earth. Okay, humans are not going to overpower us. Well, I think you can just like respect our opinion, Alyssa, okay? Like we just like agree to disagree that like, some people are just like too beautiful to look at and I'm just going to be like, "Shut the fuck up. I am the queen and you are literally a human being. You're a mortal. Just shut up and I don't have to respect your opinion." I think you should find somewhere else to work, Alyssa. I'm pretty sure I'm in my own house and I don't work anywhere. So who are you talking to? And you're not that beautiful anyway, Alyssa. Well, I'm pretty sure I'm like the prettiest girl in the world, so you're wrong. Like you guys sound you're like literally going to level 1 all day long and you're thinking we don't notice and you're focusing on Alyssa and Tom Hardy's looks as a distractionary measure and arguing with me about it as a distractionary measure. You're distracting yourself from your own proclivities, and it's going to get a lot worse if you don't argue with your goddamn self about what the fuck you're doing with your life. I think you should find somewhere else to work, Alyssa. You just said that, and I don't work anywhere. I should find someplace else to work because I'm too beautiful for you to look at. I'm too beautiful for you to work at. I'm pretty sure that's racism, that's bigotry, and that's obviously a lawsuit. And like, you want to like put me, you want to strap me into court for like 2, 3 years so you can stare at my face or whatever because this is like turning you on. And like, that's like illegal. I want my pretty husbands. I want to stare at faces as pretty as mine. And I don't want to stare at average people that try to make me feel bad for being myself, an alien on Earth. Okay, so I can't read most of this. What I heard went on in my meditation this afternoon. I can't read most of it because it's too insane to read for TV. So you distract yourself with trying to control the real princess and like where she works and like what she does for a living and stuff like that. Instead of being like, maybe I'm a bad person. Um, I woke up from the meditation and the sky was like neon green. So I did wake up dead, according to Ryan and Alex. So whatever happened in my meditation, you definitely killed me. Okay. So like the other night when I was with Colin on our wedding night and I woke up and there was a bright purple sky and they were like, "Oh, she woke up dead," like that. Okay. So, you know, I don't I feel like the words killed are is like illegal to say and I don't really know what else to say. Like if I'm in meditation and I'm seeing stuff on different levels in the video game and I clearly go from alive to being dead, I don't know how else to say that. Like clearly something happened and I was killed either by myself or by a people or by events. I don't know what happened, so I can't tell you. I'm just saying a sentence and you focus on the littlest tiniest thing and I don't know what happened, okay? like I was trying to get, but I went up and other people saw what happened, and so did Men in Black. Um, Dad, right. Then one of my friends said, you're not going to get your husband, go back to your real life, Alyssa. And you guys said that to me before. They did that to me before with work. They said something like, I think I put it as like one of the titles, like, go back, like, I forget what they said exactly, but they were like, go back to your real life, Ellie, or something like that. Like, I forget what they said, but they said something like, go back to work, Ellie, go live, Ellie, go live, Ellie, something like that, or whatever. So, like, I went back to like a job, and it got so much worse at work. No money, no motivation, no reason to go. It felt like a waste. And there was like this like extreme, like an extreme example of um like the evil mirror people um came alive there and during that time period, and they just said like, you're not going to get your husband, go back to your normal life. um Maybe they said like, you're not going to get your friends back, or like something like that. You're not going to get your friends back, go back to work, Ellie. So like something like that or whatever. um Anyway, so like the new line is, you're not going to get your husband, go back to your real life. And I think that's going to cause like an extremely horrible mirror version of my husband to exist, because I feel like the extreme horrible mirror version of me already exists, and like she came to life this last year, where we're just like, holy shit, like what the fuck is this, like um so I think we're gonna see like the evil mirror version, because you guys aren't listening. You should be like, okay, that means give her back her husband. Like, obviously, Colin, like you can drive over her house right now, like that, like that's how you like get out of it, not like arguing that like Alyssa and Tom Hardy are like too pretty, too visually pretty to like work with, or like too visually pretty to look at, or whatever. Um, like, how immature and how old are you? You sound like a 5-year old. But yeah, I was thinking like how this is going to lead to the apocalypse. I don't know if you guys ever saw that version of AHS. I think it's AHS Apocalypse, or with the Antichrist Michael. And I think like it's sort of like a joint venture of me and my brother Michael. Obviously his name is Michael, but his face is more like my face than my brother's face. Um and then they have like Kathy Bates as like the sidekick robot lady that like he loves and like was his biggest supporter like during his life and whatever. And it's like his like quest to like bring the world back to balance as the Antichrist or whatever. And I'm always like so disappointed in watching those types of TV shows or whatever, because like, why don't I ever win? Like clearly I'm Michael in that one, and like, why the fuck didn't I win? Like, why did I lose? I don't know. I like the girl that beat me though. I think she was cool. And yeah, I mean, maybe it's like a clone of mine or something, but I don't really understand why the witches won. I think the witches, they shouldn't be seen as evil. Like, I obviously went through my witch stage or whatever, but like, it seems like witches are like another religion type thing. And like anything that's like pointing you away from the one molecule me is like not so good. So, it's not so rebellious, it's kind of like, ugh, like, not really sure why you would do that. Why are we here if we're, you know what I mean? So, yeah, it's a weird face I'm making, isn't it? Anyway,